Hey everyone, it's Nicole Nark and welcome back to my channel. We're in a little bit of a different environment today. I am going to teach you the 10 steps to buying a new construction house. So I figured what better place to do it than in a new construction itself. So if you're looking to buy something like a D.R. Horton, a Lennar, or even a home being built from a local builder in your area, this video is for you. So let's get into it. The first step to buying a new construction home is get pre-approved for a home loan. Now you may be thinking, Nicole, I get it. I need to figure out how much I can afford. Yes, but it's so much more than that when you're considering buying a new construction. As you tour new construction homes, you may hear about a preferred lender. Oftentimes, builders have preferred lenders that they're going to push you to work with. Now, I'm going to encourage you to do the best thing for you financially and shop around for your mortgage. Just because the builder has a preferred lender does not necessarily mean that that is going to be the lender that offers you the best financing terms. So you're still going to want to shop around for a mortgage. Keep in mind that you can use all of your same common loan types when you're buying a new construction home. This is not a custom home. You don't have to go out and get a construction loan. You can look at things like a FHA, VA, USDA, or even a conventional loan for your purchase of a new construction. Now, the last thing I want to mention is kind of an insider secret. This is something that I've learned as I have helped my clients buy new construction homes. When you are comparing different loan types and different lenders, keep in mind that as soon as you go under contract, a lender is going to want you to lock in your interest rate. Depending on the timeline of when your home is going to be completed, if it's a new construction, that may exceed a 30-day rate lock period. So you want to ask your lender if they have extensions on rates for new construction homes, and if that is something that is included with your loan or if that could come at an extra cost to you. There's no reason for you to be paying extra money to lock in your rate for your home being built. Ask your lender if they have a float down rate option. If you do happen to lock in your rate and while you are under contract and your home is being built, rates were to drop, they would allow you to take on that lower interest rate. A lot of times when you are locked in with a lender, they may not allow you to do so, or they may charge you fees to drop down to that lower rate. So definitely look into a rate float as well. The second step is to hire a realtor to represent you. Now, the main reason that this is important is because if you were to walk into a model home in a new construction community and talk to the agent that is sitting in there, that agent represents the builder in most cases. They're not there to represent you and your interests alone. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't work with that agent, but just keep that in mind that they would be a dual agent if you did to choose to work with them. One of the big advantages of working with a realtor when you decide to purchase a new construction home is not only do realtors know how to guide you through the process to make sure that you don't, fall astray, but they also may know of communities or developments that you haven't heard of that might fit your price point and exactly what you're looking for. So you can also rely on your agent's knowledge of new construction to help you out with your home search. And keep in mind that usually working with this buyer's agent doesn't come at a cost to you, since the builders usually pay for your realtor's commission. Once you are pre-approved and you have hired an agent to walk through the home buying process with you, the next step is to start house hunting. Now, this is the most fun part, but I want you to keep two big things in mind. Number one, as you are house hunting, make sure that you or your agent is asking builders what the expected timeline of completion is for these new construction homes. Keep in mind, if they haven't already received their certificate of occupancy, that this process could take longer than 30 days for them to finish. So that's definitely important for things like I mentioned earlier when you're discussing rate lock with your lender. Additionally, you'll want to keep in mind that model homes you may look at are upgraded versions of homes. When you walk into a model home, it is the builder's entire desire to sell you on that home and the lifestyle that their community is going to offer you. This is a great thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But keep in mind that these are upgraded homes. They may have accent walls, they may have upgraded lighting packages, or I've even seen upgraded landscaping, just to name a few things. So keep in mind that the home that you see as the model may not be exactly what your home, even if you buy the same floor plan, turns out to be, unless you choose to pay for those upgrades. Once you find a home that you like, your next step is going to be making an offer. Now keep in mind, this is a little bit different than when you're buying a resale house. Typically, when builders list their homes for sale, the home price that they are advertising is what they expect to get. So you may not need to offer above list price in order to get the home. But on top of this, builders may be expecting you to put a certain dollar amount down as earnest money. So just keep that in mind. Of course, this earnest money will be applied to your purchase when you close on the house. When you make an offer on a home, just know that there might be 2 sets of contracts that you have to sign. Of course, there are going to be state contracts that you would use in any situation when you are buying a house. But the builder may also have builder-specific contracts that they ask you to sign. So just make sure to read those over carefully. In addition to this, in these contracts, you will outline your inspection period, as well as how any changes to the home would be handled if you desire to make them. I was so excited about making this video, I even had to come to a new construction to film it. So if you are ready to get your hands on one of these and buy a new home for yourself, make sure to check out my link in the description where I will help you get connected with someone who specializes in new construction in your area. As I'm sure you've learned from this video, there are lots of hoops to jump through and definitely some pro tips that you can learn from your agent along the way. Next step is to get a home inspection. Now keep in mind, you may not do the home inspection right after going under contract because you might want the home to be a little bit more completed by the time you do your inspection. But there are a few things that you're going to want to look out for, and a home inspector will know exactly how to inspect a brand new construction home. The main thing that I want you to know, even as someone who builds new construction homes, is that no home, even a brand new one, is ever perfect. So don't be alarmed if there are things found in your home inspection. Keep in mind that a builder is not always going to be present inside the house when their subcontractors are working on it. Keep in mind as well that the city inspectors don't go around and check every single outlet or light switch to make sure it works before passing an inspection. So these are all the things that your home inspector will look at, and it is definitely worth the money, even on a new construction. Buying a new construction home is super exciting, and it's a fairly easy process, pretty much the same as buying a resale home. But I don't want you to get too excited and cause a headache for your builder. I mean, if you go under contract on a new construction house, don't be going to the job site every single day. You'd be surprised how many times I get phone calls from my clients who want me to meet them at their new house while it's being built every single day to unlock the door. Now, of course, it's reasonable to be excited and go a few different times during your transaction, but don't be a stalker and go every single day. Not only will your realtor thank you, but also the contractors who are working on your house who are trying to get the work done. After you have that home inspection, you'll want to go ahead, just like if you were to purchase a resale home, and put together a punch list of repair items. Sure, there probably won't be much, but you will need to turn in a list so that the builder knows what you would like fixed or touched up prior to your closing date. Typically, these will be wrapped up a few days beforehand so that you can do your final walkthrough. Once you have done the inspection, and I would say you're about 2 to 3 weeks out from closing on your home, you'll want to let the lender know that you can have the home appraised. Don't order your appraisal too early though. But if the appraiser goes out to the home and he or she sees that there's no floors installed yet, or maybe there's no light switch covers or handrails, they are going to add those as necessary items that have to be completed prior to your close on this house. Of course, if they have to come out and check for those items prior to closing, there's going to be an extra charge for that. So make sure not to order that appraisal too early. One of the last things that you'll do as a buyer is secure home insurance. The great thing about buying a new construction is usually your home insurance premiums are lower than if you were to buy a resale home because everything is new. And if there's anything I know about being in this business, it's that insurance adjusters love when you have a brand new roof. They're gonna keep those premiums nice and low. The day before closing, or even maybe a few days before, you'll come back to the house and do a final walkthrough. This is when everything gets very exciting. By this point, your loan is probably clear to close, and you were just coming through the home to check to make sure that everything has been completed on your punch list. The last step of buying your new construction home is going to closing. Now, depending on your state, you may be headed to either an attorney's office or a title company for closing. You're gonna sign a bunch of documents and you'll bring your money to cover your closing costs and your down payment. Keep in mind that it is your right to choose your title company or a closing attorney. So don't feel pressured to use the title company that is preferred by your realtor or your builder. You could choose whoever you want for this process. And if you've made it through these 10 steps, you have officially bought your new construction home. This is an exciting time, and you can work on activating those utilities, bringing in all of your personal items, and making your new construction home hopefully looking just like the model. If you have any additional questions about buying a new construction home, let me know in the comments below. I am happy to answer them. Of course, if this all sounded great to you and you can't wait to get your hands on a new construction home yourself, check out the link in my description where I can help you get matched with an agent who specializes in new homes in your area. I'm Nicole Nark with videos to help you find your way home, possibly to a new construction, and I will see you in the next video.